Okay, let's click at the solution code and let me show you metrics about methods. There we go. Here we have, in the upper grid, we have the list of all the methods, in this case of the entire solution, because I clicked on that node. I can learn how many methods I have, I can learn whether I have properties, functions, subs, etc. I can learn how long they are, how many remarks there are, the ratio between code lines and remarks, which is a good approximation of the how well commented the code is. I mean, the comment could be blah, 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 but the idea is that it gives you an idea of how well the code is commented. But the most interesting column is this one, cyclomatic index. I don't know if you are familiar with cyclomatic index. Is a standard way, comes from my university studies, is a standard way to measure complexity of code. By definition, the cyclomatic index is the number of execution paths that can be taken inside the method. No? So, for example, if you have a method that has just sequential statements, cyclomatic index is 1. If you have a method with if, else if, is 2. If you have a nested if inside an if, it's 4, and so forth. Now, the fact that we have the ability to measure cyclomatic index and to sort methods on them, look at this. I have reverse sorting, and all of a sudden I can focus my attention on the methods that are more complex, that aren't necessarily the longest methods, are the methods that are more complex. And this is very interesting because according to software engineering theory, 31 in this case is the number of unit tests that you should apply to that method to ensure that all the possible combinations of execution paths have been tested. In practice, you never do all that, you never go that far, but at least, you know, when you, this thing gives you another vision of your project. It allows you to focus. For example, it allows you to assign tasks. If you are the team leader and you know that your team is made of junior, senior, smarter, I mean, this is the reality. So you probably will want to assign the migration of this form to the smartest one, because its compound cyclomatic index is higher than form 26, for which a junior is better, is enough. And there is also, we support, we generate up to 8 different reports. I just show you a few. We have all the issues and warnings and to do, etc. So, for example, that's an issue. I double click here, I jump to the actual problem, and I can filter out warnings, to-dos, etc. We have seen the metrics. We have seen the list of warnings. I would say the number of warnings in the entire project or in a specific file, already cumulated, already subdivided by the type of warning, and this is probably the most interesting one. I can create an access report. This thing is interesting, but you have to take it with a grain of salt, because we try to do something which is a bit questionable, honestly. We try to, I would say, understand how long it's going to cost you. And you will see that in this specific case, the result will be overestimated. There is no magic formula. We are trying to refine this part of the report, but the idea is that we can create a report. It's an Excel file. I want to see it, yes. And this is basically what you get. You get an Excel file where, let me show you exactly. Okay, so I have a summary here. I have, these are the warnings with the numeric and symbolic name, how many occurrences, and how long a junior developer and or a senior developer and or an architect, a tester, or a product manager is going to spend to solve those problems. Okay, and everything here is customizable. So, for example, you can set the hourly cost for each of these 5 roles. And here I defined how many minutes each problem might take to each different role. It's an estimation. It's based on our own experience, which is guaranteed to be different from yours because for many reasons. But at least you have something to start with. You can change, everything is customizable because we can change these numbers. You can change, of course, the hourly cost, etc. You save the template, and after you save the template, you go to migration partner and say, okay, the next time I want to use this specific template instead of the default one. So everything is customizable. But once again, don't take these as I would say gospel in my case. And but the idea is you have something to start with. Okay.
How long the break? 5 minutes?
15 minutes.
And of course, if you have questions, I'm here. I mean.